everybody, it's Danielle with Inspire Me to DIY, and today we're going to make a flower pot craft. Actually, what I'm doing is these are going to be the decorations for the center of my table for Easter. I'm already thinking of Easter. It's really early this year. It's at the end of March, so it's like jump and run, jump and run. So these are going to be in the center of my Easter tablescape, but I'm also giving them away as gifts to my guests for Easter. I'm going to find some real pretty flowers and put in there. I started out with a clay flower pot, and I really don't know the size of this and the tray. Get these at Hobby Lobby. I got them, this was $2.99 and this was $1.99, and then I went and got a set at Lowe's and they were $4 for this and $4 for this. So huge difference. So if you got a Hobby Lobby close to you, go there. I don't know if Walmart has their garden stuff out yet, but here it's out all the time. So I didn't try Walmart to see what their prices were, but between those two, Hobby Lobby all day long. Now I found everything's going to be blue and white this year on my table, and I found these blue and white napkins on Amazon. They are 3-ply, and you do have to separate them for this project. I think that is the hardest part of this whole project, and I'll show you how I do it a little bit easier. But first, we have to paint our flower pots. Now, I'm going to assume that the people I give these to are going to put them outside. Even if they don't, I want them outdoor ready, if you will. So the paint I'm going to use is a high gloss. I'm not going to use matte for this because it will not protect. And Apple Barrel does come out with a gloss white. And I'm doing white because the background of this is white. And I tried one without painting first, and the whole background was brown, and it did not look good. So you need to paint your pot first with white. So let's do that. I'm just going to pour a little bit into my saucer. That way I don't have to put them on a paper plate and then transfer it over, because you really do waste a lot of paint that way. It doesn't seem like it, but you know, stuff is left on the plate, and some is left in your brush, you know, all that stuff that adds up. I know I sound like I'm being really miserly right now, but I paint a lot and I don't want to have to buy a lot of paint. So you kind of have to be careful of your brush marks, which direction you're going, because they will show up unless you do multiple coats. And with my other ones that I did 2 to 3 coats. And the one probably still could use a little more. Let me show you. This one was 3 coats, and you can still see the streaks. So I'm not quite sure if I should have done another coat on that or not, but we're not going to, because it won't have time to dry. I have my fan out here, but I am going to paint this first, and then we'll go on to the one that's already painted, and we can just keep going with our project from there. And yeah, you're gonna get paint all over yourself. So just paint as much as you can without touching the wet paint, which I probably will have paint all over me. But I do have my roll of paper towels out here, and I have a glass of water just in case. I made sure that my glass of water was over here and my coffee cup was over there, because yeah, I've mixed them up so many times, it's not even funny. Oh my goodness. Good morning, Steve. How's it going? Are you ready for tonight? Steve is our karaoke KJ DJ. I don't know how you say that, but he does an amazing job running the show and keeping things going. Karaoke people are a whole different breed of people, let me tell you. I never did karaoke until I met my husband, who loves to sing and does really well at karaoke. I sing some, but it's not really my thing. So I just go in and enjoy. But you have to have a backbone to work with some karaoke people because they take it so seriously. And if you don't call them up when they think they need to be called up, there's war. So silly. But he keeps it all in line, and I don't know how he does it because I would be like cracking heads together. That's probably why I don't do a lot of things. Okay, see, so I have that painted up until there. I got paint under where my fingers are. But I'm going to put that down and then paint where my fingers were. And I'm already really into this project. Okay, so let's do our flower pot. And you would kind of want to take your time with this. I'm not really going to take a lot of time today, but because I want to show you the pretty parts, the fun parts. So I'm doing my brush strokes down. With this napkin, you will see your brush strokes, so I'm just trying to make sure they're all going the same way instead of haphazard all over the place. Because sometimes when I'm painting quickly, it's haphazard, just slap it on. But you want to make sure that most of your pot is covered. I did the inside rim. I didn't do the whole inside of the pot. And I probably should, because when you water your flowers, although this is a flower pot and it's meant for this, but they have a line of Mod Podge. They have a formula for everything now in Mod Podge. And so when you're doing this project, make sure it is the dishwasher safe, because that will handle any rainstorm you have outside. Now my back porch is covered, but it's very humid and wet in Florida all the time, so it's still a good idea to protect your flower pot, especially with the napkin that we're going to put over the top. I have been just a nut for blue and white, and I don't know why. I think it's just beautiful and elegant. It reminds me of those real expensive Ming Dynasty vases from China that were all hand painted hundreds of years ago. But I think they're just so beautiful. They look clean, they look elegant, and that's kind of like my style in my house. I'm not a shabby chic person. Grew up with a lot of shabby, and it really wasn't chic. And the way they do things now, it to me looks shabby, half painted or chippy paint and all that. It's just not my thing. And I think it's because of the way I was raised. Who knows? All right, now I'm going to move my hand to the inside and just hold it on the inside. Another thing I noticed at Lowe's, I really had to look closely at the flower pots because a lot of them were broken or cracked, and you really don't want something like that. So I don't know if they just got a bad shipment or what was going on over there, but I wasn't real impressed with the clay flower pots, especially the price. Now, if I would have bought them there first and not gone to Hobby Lobby, I would have thought, oh, that's a great price. But it's not. Okay. I don't know. Hobby Lobby it just speaks my language, especially with the prices and the way they run their sales. Like this tabletop is 1 week 50% off or 40. Sometimes it's 50. Sometimes it's frames. Sometimes it's wall decor. Every week it's different. So when you know the schedule, and I don't, I should by now, but you know the schedule of what is, oh, this week is this and next week is that, because it runs pretty much on a schedule, then you know when to go and get the things that you need. I just I do not like paying full price for anything because I know if I wait a week, I'm going to get 40 to 50% off. So why just waste my money? So that's my motto for most of the things that I buy, craft-wise and home decor. There's a lot of things on Wayfair I would love to have, but to me, those prices aren't real fabulous either. Okay, so let's see if I can set it down without messing it up too much. Okay, see my inside? I'm going to do just the rim around. I'm going to pour it in my tray. That's stuck to my paper. Ugh. Okay. I'm going to pour some in here and use it on the rim and then smooth out the rest on my tray here. Saucer, tray, I always have called it the tray, but I guess it's kind of considered the saucer. Last year I took a bunch of these, the smaller ones, I guess they're like the smallest you can get, and I made coasters out of them, and they turned out super cute, but they're outside also, so I made sure that I used the dishwasher safe. There we go. Okay, so I'm just painting around this rim and making sure that my brush strokes are all going the same way. How bad did I mess that up? Okay, so see how I did there? So you're gonna wanna put at least 2 coats depending on how well it covers. I wound up having to do 3 just because I think I put it on a little too thin. So I guess that's why. Okay, I'm going to move these out of the way and move my dry ones up close. Put that in the water. Okay, now I noticed with this blue print that if you brush too much on this, some of the blue comes off and you will get a bluish background, which looks fine, but if you don't want it that way, just a heads up, don't brush and brush and brush your design on. Sometimes I have to, I'm trying to get the paint off. Sometimes I have to because my napkin is not laying flat, and you don't want a lot of wrinkles. I guess this paint's dry already. It dries faster on me than it does on the pot. Oh well, at least it's not coming off. I don't want it to come off on anything. Oh, so this is the part I dread the most, is separating these layers. I don't know why I have such a time with it, but I found something that kind of works. Coffee. I use tape. Some people do this on their paper and it comes right apart. It does not do that for me. So tape on the corner and then tape on the inside. So I have this tape going up and this tape crossways, kind of like that. And I'm just going to try to pull them apart. Well, I got one layer. I was hoping to get both back layers. So let's take this one layer off. I guess it's kind of good so you can see that these are 3-ply. And I have not found 2-ply napkins anywhere. I save these because this is what I clean paint off my hands with. Okay, so I need another piece of tape to get this background. See, it's still pretty white and it needs to be separated. Okay, so there's my tape, and I'm going to tape it again like this and maybe peel it apart. Okay, I got a piece of it, and see, this is kind of my dilemma with this stuff, but I did get a start, so now I can hopefully peel the rest, kind of, sort of. But it's already started to tear, so you just have to be super careful. And I have tried to put this on without separating, even just having the 2-ply, that it does not turn out well. It wrinkles too much. They separate on the project. So even though you didn't get them separated here, they start to separate themselves on the project. And it just does not turn out well. So this one's going to give me all kinds of fits. And I have to go super slow with it. Which is good because I kind of wanted to show you guys how this works sometimes and does not work sometimes. And this is where patience comes in, which, what is it with patience? We have patience for some things, but then some things we have no patience at all. Like when I work with little children and they're trying to learn, I have all the patience in the world. But when I'm trying to move in traffic or I'm trying to get things done and people are in my way, no patience. When I try to do things like this, minimal patience. But at least I have some, and it is paying off here. So you can see, and look at the back. It's not white anymore. You can really see the design. That's how you know you've gotten all 3 plies, or the 2 plies behind. Now with this one, and it's pretty intricate, but I cut around all the designs and then I threw away the stuff on the edge that wasn't a full design. It was cut off, like this flower's cut here, and along here this little design is cut off. I didn't use those. I cut individually all the little motifs inside, and then if they were too long or too big, then I cut them down again. So this is about the size that I have. And see, everything, the leaves, the flowers, everything is complete. One thing I do want to change is, see this, a lot of this white right here. You don't want a lot of it because sometimes it shows through, sometimes not. But I have it like this. Like this isn't too bad. Sometimes I would cut that. Now I have over here beside me, I have a whole bunch of these cut, like the whole table full. So we are going to use these, and I want to make sure that when I put my 2 together, I don't overlap them, because then you kind of see one pattern underneath another pattern and it starts to look messy. If you want it to look like a hand-painted vase or flower pot or something really fancy, you got to make sure that you lay them beside each other and not overlap. And sometimes that gets a little tricky, especially when you're all the way around and you've got just one spot left. You've got to find ways to get designs in there, and that's where I cut like the little flowers off even more to put little things in there. Okay, here it is. My Mod Podge. It's a blue label. This is, I know it's backwards, dishwasher safe, and gloss. The rest of it's in different languages, but you want to make sure you get that. Now they also, from what I was told, have an outdoor formula. I don't know if it works any better than this. I just know this works really, really good. I did a flower pot 2 years ago, and it's still outside and looks really good. It never cracked or faded or peeled or anything, so it looks really good. Now it's kind of hard to see this when you're painting it on a white surface because it is white, and I have my stock of all sizes of brushes. I got itty bitty, if you can see that, and great big rounds and flats. I like a flat brush for this, only because, oh, this one's too stiff. Only because it picks up my paper better. Is this my only, no, here. I used my favorite flat one to paint the white, and I could clean that off and use it again. But this is a flat number 8. So these are just brushes that I don't use anymore for watercolor or for oil paint. These are actually oil brushes. I don't use these anymore to paint with oils, but they're too good to throw away. So these are my paint acrylic, paint, Mod Podge, all the things. Drink. I am going to start, I'm going to do the pot first and then do the tray. I'm going to move that tray out of the way so I don't get them mixed up. So I am just going to start. Sometimes it's good if I just pour a little into the lid. It's easier to see for me. Okay, so I just poured a little bit like that into the lid. And I'm going to put, I want my design about right here. And then I'm going to, whoa, maybe I'm going to pick up my design. It doesn't want to pick up. All right, maybe I'm not picking it up. It's just going to be goofy today. And I want to lay it as flat as I can on there. And if I didn't get enough Mod Podge on the bottom, that's okay, because when you paint it over the top, it soaks through. It's such an easy project, but you really have to have patience and go slow with it. So let's get it here. My phone is doing all sorts of crazy things. These notifications are popping up at me. I have my Do Not Disturb on, but if you go live on Facebook, have you noticed that you get these new notifications? So I'm kind of like looking at them like, what the what? Okay, so here, isn't that pretty? Let me move it back a little bit. It's a full design. I have some that curved around the bottom, which is good. You don't want it to all just be flat on your surface. You want it to look like it's growing organically on your pot. So I'm just gonna go around this way. Try to fill in a little area right there, which I have some itty bitty pieces that I cut. And I kind of want to put the stem so it looks like it's coming out of that one flower. Oh, there we go. Okay. So this stem right here looks like it's coming out of the bigger flower. So it looks like it grew like that. So that's kind of how you want to go around your flower pot. Now you can do polka dots. You can do, I've got those really cool napkin. It's got a bicycle on it. And in the basket of the bicycle, it's got flowers. And I think there's an American flag on there. It's one of my favorite things to use for 4th of July or for summer. But wouldn't that look cute on a flower pot? I get all kinds of napkins when I see them at Home Goods. Home Goods has a huge selection of napkins. I like the big napkins like this because they're in my guest bathroom to dry your hands on. That way not everybody's using the same towel, because that's, especially if somebody has the sniffles or something like that, you just don't want everybody using the same towel anyways. So that way I have those, but then I also have extras that I can do these projects. And it's also really cool to have those in my bathroom to dry your hands and then something matching next to it. And I did that in the winter. I have a mason jar with a pump on the top for hand washing, hand soap. So I decorated the outside of the mason jar with a napkin in a winter scene, and then had the winter napkins right there. So it looked really cute. I might have even put that on my blog somewhere. I have to take a look. Okay, come on. Let's see, do I have that right? I'm trying really hard just to make it look like one flower's coming out of another without having overlap. which I guess I didn't really pick the easiest design here, but it's looking good. And I'm going to have a set of 3 of those down the center of my table, full of flowers. And I don't know if I'm going to go marigolds or if I'm going to go something pink, because my glassware and my chargers are pink for Easter that I usually use. And I think the blue and white down the center would be stunning. And I have different size cake plates, so I could put them on that down the center too to have visual interest, different sizes, along with candles and whatever else I want to put on my Easter table. I have white plates. They have seashell embossed on them. They're like raised areas on them. But I use those plates for every single holiday, and I change it up with the charger and the napkin, so, and the salad plate. So whatever holiday it is, nope, I don't like that. I can use the same plates and then just change it out with different chargers and napkins. Very cost effective, looks great, and it looks like you own 50 different sets of dishes, which I don't. I just change it out. Okay, so this one's kind of iffy. See that stem right there? It's supposed to go out of that flower, but it's separated a little. So I just, come on. Now it's really messing with me. Okay. I think I made it worse. I was able to take it off. Just that one piece. Better. Okay, so now it doesn't attach, but it looks organic anyways. It's not overlapping, which is the thing that you want to avoid the most, because one design over another design looks confusing. Okay, so this time I want to make one of my designs go up onto the lip. Nope, that overlaps. Let's see, not that one. I want it to go up over the rim of my flower pot. So maybe I'll have it go there. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Okay. When you're going up over the rim, it doesn't want to do it. There we go. You like my body movements? Get up over there. I really get into it. Okay, so it's not as up and over as I wanted, but see, it's up on the rim. Oh my gosh, look at this so far. Isn't that beautiful? And I do want to put some along here so it comes up a little bit. Let me see what I got when it comes to itty bitties. Let's see, I put this here. Oh well. There. And this is why I like the flat brush, because you can just do nice even flat strokes with it and it won't tear the paper. Oh, I like that a lot. I like it. See, I still have all this to go. So it takes a little while, but oh my gosh, it's just so worth it. Let's see, I don't want to make it real busy, but I do want some flowers that come up and over. Maybe right there. Nope. Get down there. Yeah. Now when you put the white napkin over another white area that's underneath it, like another napkin, that doesn't show. So that's good. But if I put the white napkin over a blue area or a blue design, the blue shows through, which is what I want, but I don't want them overlapping. So see how I made this come out of this flower right here? But I don't really want to fill in all the white spaces. I want it to look more hand painted than just really jumbled up. And that's because that's my taste. So do this according to what you like, and just have a lot of fun with it. Nope, that is totally, nope. That is getting into all the other designs on there. Let's see if I find a skinnier. Ho. Okay. Oh, I like this. Look, this is going to go up and inside the flower pot. Let's see if I set this down. Okay, so try to get it to lay as smooth as possible, especially on the lip or the rim or whatever you want to call it. Come on, get yourself up there. There we go. Come on. I got a wrinkle in there that's not looking good. There, that's better. And when I'm all done with this, I'm going to put a whole nother coat of the Mod Podge over the top to make sure that it's sealed. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Let's see. Can you see it? So cute. I think it looks crazy elegant. And just think of the possibilities as gifts, especially for Mother's Day. Oh my gosh, there's so much you could do. Let's see. Oh, wow, I did good. Got that right in between the other designs so they don't touch. Where my sister goes to church, I think it's her church people, but they do a ladies' tea. Wouldn't something like this be gorgeous on everybody's table? Like every table has a flower pot full of flowers, and then one person at the table wins the flower pot. But I think that would be an excellent idea, especially spring, Mother's Day, ladies, just stuff in general. Okay, so this is where my two designs come together. See there? And I think I might put a little piece in there, but I'm not sure. Just because it's the only place that there is a white piece. So I might just, see if I have a long skinny. Will that go in there? It will not. Let's see. Oh, my poor husband. You hear him coughing? Oh, he has had that cough for the longest time. All right, I'm going to cut this little piece off of my flower and see if maybe I can fit that in there. I'm hoping. These little scissors really come in handy when doing this. I got to cut it smaller, so it's just going to, instead of the flower, it's just going to be this little bud. All right, and put some Mod Podge on there. Whoever came up with Mod Podge was a genius. Oh, wow. Huh! I got to show you that. I just put that little flower on there. And the stem and everything looks like it belongs. So I covered up the white area. I love that. All right, so I can put the bigger piece in here. Good, let go. I guess the hard part is handling the tissue without it ripping, without it sticking to you, getting it just how you want it. Okay, stay. Is that gonna, that's gonna overlap. So I need to move it over a little bit. Perfect. And I have, I have done a number of these flower pots, and depending on what tissue I used, I mean, it's difficult to get it just perfect. Yeah, see, I used my brush marks too hard and I ripped it. Good thing I have extras. I'm glad I did that on camera though, so you can see that you don't want to brush real hard. Okay, this is a very long piece. Will that go over without touching any other design? Wow. Oh, I could not do that again to save my, oh, stop, to save my life. Okay. Come on, little flower bud. There it goes. I need to use a lighter touch. But this one's a little tricky because it's around that rim and there's a little lip underneath. So you got to get it all across the whole thing as smooth as possible. There we go. Jeez, I couldn't do that again if I tried. All right, so let's get up and over the edge. And it folded on itself. There we go. I think it's so difficult because the paper is super thin because you took the other 2 layers off, but it's the only way that works. I did tear that a little bit, but that's okay because I think I tore it at a spot that it looks okay, sort of. The closer you get to the end, the more difficult it is because you don't want to fill in all the spots. And I think I'm done. Let me see. I think I'm done with the flower pot. Let's do the tray. Ugh. Okay. So I wish I would have done another coat of white on here, but maybe we can cover it up enough. When I did the tray of my other one, I didn't do the center. I just kind of did it around the edges where you're going to see it most. But I might wind up doing the center here just because, so we'll see. And I'm going to start with a piece that is fairly good size. Nope, this is the one I messed up. So I'm just going to throw that away. So we can get a feel as to how this is going to look. Really? There we go. There we go. Easy touch. And I love how it drapes over the edge because, again, to me that looks like it's hand painted. And there are a lot of ridges to go around. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Look at that. Oh, that's so pretty. Now, if this is dishwasher safe, I wonder if you could do this on clear glass plates from the Dollar Tree. Like put it on, not where you eat, but on the back side, so it shows through the plate. I still wouldn't throw them in the dishwasher, even though it says dishwasher safe, but I think that might be really pretty. Okay. Flip over, or flop over, I should say. There we go. Make sure it gets really nice and tight around the edge. You don't want it kind of bumpy from your paper, so you want it as smooth as you can get it. So those, I've got those, and I think I'm going to put something in the center because this stem just kind of stops right there. So maybe this is where my flower can go. So it looks like it's attached to that stem. Oh, let's do it this way. There. I wanted it, whoa, attached to the stem without coming over the top of one of the leaves, because you don't want designs over the top of each other. Pretty. Oh my goodness. I can't believe something this simple is this beautiful. Just so nice. And I'm glad I think I cut just enough of my flower motifs, my napkins, to do this job. Now, if I cut too many, of course, I'm going to save all that, put it together, and use it for another project. But I don't throw a whole lot out. Gee whiz. Doesn't it look like that Corel ware that was big in the, was it 70s? They had the blue and white. Okay. And the more you do this, it's like anything, the faster you can go. And the better you whoa, sort of. The better you get at it. Just don't put your hands on the wet stuff. You might rip the napkin. And this doesn't take very long to dry. When I put it in front of that little fan, it was like 15 minutes it was dry. So, not bad at all. Let's see if no, I don't want to put that there. Flip it. Time to get a little bit more Mod Podge out here. Okay. There we go. And I don't think you can use too much Mod Podge. I know you can use not enough, because I've done that before, trying to, be real sparing with it, but when you do that, then it doesn't cover as well. So it used to be Mod Podge was just a mixture of equal parts of glue and water, so you could make your own real easy. But now they have all these formulas, like the outside or the dishwasher safe, and I know I couldn't make that. I might put one or two more of these on, but look at that. Isn't that pretty? That's going to look so nice with that blue flower pot on top. All right, I'm going to put a little right here, because I have this whole rim with nothing. And maybe just my hair is, stop, my hair is really getting in there. For some reason it wants to hang on to the end of the paintbrush. Oh my goodness, I love it. So I don't think I'm going to add any more to this, but you can see how easy this is. Let me get this stuff out of the way. And how beautiful it is. So you can make something truly upscale. I know a lot of people say, oh, it's going to be upscale for no money. Well, and then you see the piece and it's like, is it upscale? Maybe some people think so. There's certain things I don't think is upscale. I think it looks like it was homemade, and I really don't think this does. I think this looks hand painted. I'm gonna move it out of the way. Is this the sticky one? Yes. So this is my flower pot and tray that I finished. And if you want, I even painted the bottom, but if you want, you can put your name and the date on the bottom, or a little sentiment of who you're giving it to. But, and I painted the very bottom too, because I wanted to get around the rim of the hole right there. So I painted that too. But look at how gorgeous that is. Especially if you put a whole bunch of pink flowers or yellow flowers. I think this is going to be absolutely stunning on my Easter table. If you like this and you want to see more of my videos, this was only 45 minutes. You can hit the little follow at the top. If you're already following me, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You can find me on InspireMe2, the number 2, InspireMe2DIY.com. I'm also on Instagram. I'm on YouTube, and I'm on Pinterest somewhat, not a lot yet. That's a lot of work. So come see me on all the things. Give me a lot of comments. I love talking with y'all. So have a great Saturday, and I will talk to you later. Bye.